Hi, I'm Ghost from GhostszMusic.com, and you're listening to The Dev Room. But first, let's hear from our sponsors.
Today's episode is sponsored by GhostszMusic.com, the only place for developers to learn how to create their own video games, be better developers, as well as have a greater understanding and dialogue about being a better developer. Hey everyone, so I figured that we'd have a conversation, since it is Christmas after all, about earning or gaining more retention inside of your games through small gestures. One of the biggest ways that I've seen, and it's a little worked for me, but I really haven't been able to implement it all that well, is reskins. And I'm not talking about a full-on like reskin where we're just reskinning a game, selling it off as another game. No, I'm talking about taking your pre-existing game and giving it elements for each holiday. This could be something as simple as retooling everything to look more Christmassy by switching up the color schemes, or even giving a new ship based on each holiday. This way we can get people to play the games and get more excited because 'tis the season. I know, corny joke, but it's true. How many times have you played a game like Candy Crush, and when you go into the holidays, instead of it being like lollipops, it's candy canes or Santa hats or something where they add something new to the game. It doesn't really change the fundamental properties of the game, so it's still the original game, but it's more of a Christmas type theme, and it seems to, you want to play for a little bit longer, or maybe there's an event that only happens in specific times, like an Animal Crossing where we have Toys Day, where it's just Christmas, and you just reskin the game and you keep players playing and giving them a reason to log into your game to experience those type of events. And I'm not saying like every year has to be something different, but if you would like, every year you can add something just a little new until the sequel to said game comes out, or the sequel to said project, or maybe a spin-off or something else until you move to the next project. These are just small tidbits that may help you either regain customers, add to your existing customer base, or just something that rejuvenates people to want to play your game even more. There's plenty of games that out there that do this, and they end up doing gangbusters just because they do small minor tweaks to said project, and it seems to just take off. It doesn't have to be anything huge, it doesn't have to be anything outlandish. It just has to be enough to make people feel that you're putting an effort. Like with anything, it doesn't really matter. Even video production, selling things, it doesn't really matter at the end of the day. It just matters that you put in effort and you're giving people value for what they pay for, or what they're playing, or just people's times. As long as you respect people's times, you'll always be able to regain or retain people. There's plenty of games out there that do it wrong, and it seems to just backfire. But because it's something very simple that it may only take you a couple hours, but because you reskin the game to make it look like a different game, even though it is technically the same game, people are more likely to either play the game, stay playing the game, or buy more content towards the game. Even one of the best examples of this is Little Big Planet. During Christmas time, they usually, and this is on the first one, I don't remember if they did it on the second one or whichever other ones, but they were selling Santa hats for $1. And it doesn't seem like much, but if you have over 25 million players and each person bought one, minus taxes, you'll still be in green. But yeah, I just want you guys to understand that it doesn't have to be big productions. It doesn't have to be the latest and greatest type of stuff. It's just keeping that user base happy. That's all that you can ask for. And with that one, I would love to hear in the comment section or leave me a message explaining what you're doing to gain or retain your customer/player base. And with that one, peace.